So we're hanging out here today in beautiful Holland Park with CC.
Hi.
CC, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So we want to get to know a little bit about you and a little bit about the person behind the music. So tell us a little bit about your hometown and where you grew up and what you love about your hometown.
Okay, well, I have two hometowns, one of them being Dubai, that's where I was born and raised. UAE, woo! And I moved to Surrey when I was 16 years old, and this is home now, and I love it.
And so what is it that you love about Dubai and what is it that you love about living in Surrey?
Okay, so I would say it's like comparing apples and oranges, just so
very different cultures.
Very, right? Very different. It was just really cool to grow up around Arabic people and just a melange of different, I would say, nationalities, you know. And then coming here, that's not so different. Surrey's a melange of cultures as well. But you get to see mountains and beach. I live in White Rock as well, so mountains, beach, forest, waking up to that every single day is just beautiful. The weather, I love living here. I love Surrey, BC. It's gorgeous.
So having part of your childhood in Dubai and having part of it in Surrey, where did you find your creative energy as a child?
I don't really think you find your creative energy. I think it's just something that each one of us as souls being born into this world have. And whatever way it manifests, for me it's music. But I think it's just wherever you are, it just flows through you, through universe, through spirit. So.
And were you interested in music since you were young, or was there a specific?
Yes,
okay.
Definitely. There's, you know how a lot of people always say, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up and what I want to do. Well, there's only like two things I loved when I was a little kid. It was animals and music.
Okay.
So, but I knew I was born a singer, and my mom said I actually sung my first word.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I was like, Mom, are you sure about that? And she's like, of course. Are you calling me a liar? I'm like, no, not at all. Sorry. Sorry I asked. Apparently I sung my first word. So.
What inspires you in your music?
A lot of things inspire me. I would have to say, when I truly get connected with nature, that's when most of my inspiration kind of just flows through me. So I actually take time every day to meditate out on the beach or out in one of the beautiful parks, like we're here at Holland Park in Surrey. Like, this is gorgeous. I'm inspired right now. And that's where it comes from. That's where the music flows from.
Speaking of inspiration, I know that you wrote a song called Angels of the Sea.
Yes.
And we want to talk a little bit about that. So
yes.
Where did that inspiration come from? I know that you watched the documentary The Cove, and that's
yes.
kind of how it started, but maybe you want to give us a little bit more background on that.
Sure. This cause is something that's just very close to my heart. It means everything to me. I watched The Cove probably about a year ago, and it was directed by Luis Sahagas, right?
Yeah.
And he started the Oceanic Preservation Society, and it's a worldwide organization that protects our oceans and is trying to stop the harming of cetacean species. And after watching The Cove, it was just so heartbreaking. It just touched a piece of me, and I guess I was kind of changed forever in that moment. And Angel of the Sea flowed through right after. I mean, I bawled my eyes out for a few hours, but then after I finished crying, Angel of the Sea flowed through, and I just knew it was part of my musical path and my destiny as an artist to bring a lot of awareness to this issue, but also not just awareness, create change. So we're donating 100% of the single sales of Angel of the Sea timelessly to the Oceanic Preservation Society when released.
That's great.
Yeah, we actually start discussing a proposal with them this week on Monday, so very excited about that.
So if someone wants to buy the single, where can they get the single?
Well, we haven't released it yet. Okay. What we're planning on doing is creating a mass movement, a mass awareness of the song. So the more people listen to it and share it, and then we release it when everyone's aware of it. So. Yeah, so they can collect 100% of the proceeds.
So I want to talk a little bit about I Love You,
yes,
which was written by Graham Gomez, who's a friend of yours.
And me. We actually write all my music together. So yeah, Angel of the Sea was co-written by him as well.
So how did you and Graham meet? What's the story?
Well, we actually met through a mutual friend who said, you got to check out my friend's son. He plays music, and I'd been looking for someone to work with as a musician, because I write melodies and lyrics, but I don't know my way around an instrument. I can write you a song from A to Z, but to actually build up the instrumentation and produce it, like I need someone to do that for me or with me. And I was like, okay, I was like, I'll meet him, you know, because I had so much material that was just collecting over like the last couple years, and I'm like, I cannot record any of this until I find the right musical soulmate, the right partner. And so me and G got together and we went to this little park, and he brought his guitar, and right away I started singing and he started playing, and I just knew in those first 2 minutes, I'm like, I found him. This is it! And G, you should jump in right now, actually.
He's right there. So why don't we talk a little bit about the creative process that you two have together, Graham and CC?
Well, yeah, like Carol said, she writes, you know, she comes up with all the lyrics and the melodies and stuff for this song. She has the idea in her head of, you know, she'll come to me and she'll give me a style or a feel, and she'll say, you know,
work your magic.
She'll give me
and then you wave your wand.
She'll give me hints like this one I want to have a real Celtic feel, or this one's supposed to be like a hard-hitting rock or something like that. And yeah, then I kind of just take the melody that she's got and build on it from that. Or, you know, we sit down by my computer and we start arranging all the instruments and stuff, and get all the songs kind of built up.
So what is your musical background?
We're a very musical family. Yeah, everyone in my family is musical ability and
so musical classes when you're growing up and all of that stuff? Or?
Yeah, you know, I was one of the kids who got enrolled in piano when I was much younger and absolutely hated it to the point where my parents, through sympathy, took me out. And, you know, various things, children's choirs to you know, I took guitar lessons once I started playing guitar when I was around 12 or 13. I was taking lessons pretty much up until reasonably recently. And yeah, music's just been something that I've kind of always done.
It's in his blood, though. I would actually say, I always joke about it with him, but I'm like, okay, he was Mozart or Beethoven in a past life, because no, seriously, the stuff that he has in his head, the arrangements, when we actually sing together, it's just, you never really get that kind of simpatico musical relationship. I worked with so many people through the years, and by far me and G are like the best fit. Like when we get together, magic just happens, and it shows.
It certainly does. We just saw them perform earlier. So what's coming up for you, and Graham, what's coming up for you in the future?
Well, I personally am gone all summer actually. I'm playing in a band called Good for Grapes. It's a folk band. It's kind of it's the main musical project that I spend all my time on. I'm a backup singer in that, and I'm playing guitar in that. And we're on tour this summer.
Yay!
So I'll be gone away, far away from.
So when does the tour kick off? Far away. When does the tour kick off?
When does the tour kick off?
Yeah.
We've got a huge show that we are putting together at the Rio Theatre downtown, and that is on June 15th.
June 15th?
Yeah, we've got $10 tickets is all it is. You buy them in advance, and yeah, it's going to be a big show. We're trying to fill 400 seats of this thing.
Okay. Where can people buy their tickets?
Yeah, we've got them available in all sorts of places. If you go to the Facebook page, you can check it all out.
All right, that's cool. CC, what about you?
You know, work on stuff with Angel of the Sea. That's like my main, you know, project right now. But we have some shows. I'm sure we'll have some shows actually coming up. And yeah, we've got like some really big interviews. Like, well, this is one of them. Yay, go Surrey604. We have some other big interviews with some really cool light workers on social media as well. And we'll be getting the message of Angel of the Sea out. And I'm really excited about that. So.
Good. We're looking forward to that for sure. Well, thank you so much, CC and Graham, for sitting down with us today and giving us a performance. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
I thought I drowned before I ever reached the shore, but deep down at my core I knew the time had come to set you free.